Joffer. I'm Adrian Joseph G. Celerio from CR14. I'm here to answer the 18 critical thinking questions, part 1. Number 1 questions. Are criminals rational decision makers, or are they motivated by uncontrollable psychological and emotional drives? For me, sometimes or some criminal cases are rational decisions, but sometimes criminal cases was motivated by their psychological and emotional drives. Number 2. Would you want to live in a society where crime rates are low because criminals are subjected to extremely harsh punishments such as flogging for vandalism? Yes, if I were given a chance, I will definitely choose to live in the society where crime rates are low, because even in society have a criminals, they are afraid to commit some crime because they are more afraid to be punished. Number 3. It is possible to create a method of capital punishment that would actually deter murder, for example, by television execution. What might be some of the negative consequences of such a policy? This policy have negative consequences. It becomes unfair to those people who just accused by everyone, even if they don't have any evidences. Part 2, number 1 question. What should be done with the young children of violence-prone criminals if in fact research could show the tendency to commit crime is inherited? For my own opinion, children who commit crime also arrested too, because if you forgive them, they will not afraid to do crime again and try to talk the people around she, because one of the reason why the child commit crime is she adopt the behavior in her surroundings. Number 2. After considering the existing research on the subject, would you recommend the young children for forbidden from eating foods with a heavy sugar content? Yes, I agree with that. If it is the reason to prevent crime, I will not allow children to eat sweet foods, because they say that sweets can make people or children to become hyper, and when they become hyper, it is the time to commit crime. Number 3. Research shows the kids who watch a lot of TV in adolescence are more likely to behave aggressively adulthood. This has led some to conclude that TV watching is responsible for adult violence. Can this relationship be explained in another way? For me, children who always watching TV when their childhood, it is possible that they can adopt behavior on what they are watching. That is why some kids or people commit crime, because they think it is correct. Part 3, question number 1. Do you believe a distinct lower class culture exists? Yes, I believe that lower class culture still exists in some areas of the Philippines. Number 2. Will emerging forms of communication such as the internet reduce cultural differences and create a more homogeneous society, or are subcultures resistant to such influences? For me, internet have effect, especially for communicating, and it helps to easily find criminals and to become updated. Number 3. How would a structural theorist explain the presence of middle class crime? In my own understanding, structural theories explain that if you are rich or in the middle class, you have more chances to do crime because they use their power to commit some crime. Question number 1. Do negative labels cause crime, or do people who commit crime become negatively labeled? That is, are labels a cause of crime or a result? For me, negative labels cannot cause crime, but people with commit crime are negatively labeled because after they that commit crime, they accept that they are criminals, and that is what you call results. Number 2. Once weakened, can a person's bonds to society become reattached? What social processes might help reattachment? For me, yes, because once a weakened bonds to the society or people that are afraid to commit crime and to pin and to push, she will be changed. And also, if she reattached to the society that knows how to do right things and how to choose right, this weekend person will become brave to choose also right things. Number 3 questions. Can you think of ways you may have supported your peers or siblings antisocial behavior by helping them learn criminal techniques or attitudes? Yes, I think I will help them, especially by giving them a time or by counseling them. But I don't allow them to know the criminal techniques. Yes, I felt some guilt even if the crime that I commit was not so serious, because I realized that it was wrong. My neutralization comes after I committed the act. Social conflict, critical criminology, and restorative justice. Question number 1. How would a conservative reply to a call for more restorative justice? How will the restorative justice advocate respond to a conservative call for more prisons? For me, it is better paying attention to those who commit crimes to give justice to have injured in the crime. Number 2. Is conflict inevitable in all cultures? If not, what can be done to reduce the level of conflict in our own society? Yes, because we all know that every country or culture have their own problem, and the best way to to, to solve it is to talk to them, counsel them, ask them what is the problem, and try to help them. And lastly, has religious conflict replaced class conflict as the most important issue facing modern society? Can anything be done to heal the rifts between people of different faiths? For me, the best way to solve this kind of problem is to accept the difference of others, accept the fact that we are us, not the same. Part 6. Developmental theories. Number 1 question. Do you believe it is a latent trait that makes a person crime prone, or is crime a function of environment and socialization? I believe that criminals commit crime because of her surroundings. He may be influenced by the people around her. Number 2 question. Do people really change, or do they stay the same but appear to be different because their life circumstances have changed? Yes, I believe that people change, especially when they meet or found someone new.